T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Engine full power. And liftoff of Starlink 3-5. Go Falcon, go Starlink.
Our vehicle is pitching downrange. Stage 1 chamber pressure is nominal.
At T plus 30 seconds, Falcon 9 has successfully lifted off from Vandenberg Space Launch Complex 4 East at 6:40 a.m. Pacific Time.
Falcon 9 is supersonic.
And there's that call out that Falcon 9 is supersonic. Next up will be a call out for Max Q.
Max Q.
And there's that call out for Max Q. This is when the vehicle is experiencing the greatest amount of external stresses as it ascends through the Earth's atmosphere. Now, we're about 1 minute away from a series of events: MECO, stage sep, SES-1, and fairing separation. MECO, or main engine cutoff, is where all 9 of the Merlin 1D engines on the first stage shut down. That's followed by stage separation, when the first and second stages separate from one another. That is then followed by SES-1, or second engine start 1, where we light the Merlin vacuum engine on the second stage. And finally, we will have fairing separation when the 2 fairing halves separate and fall away from the second stage. So keep an eye out for all of these events, which are going to happen in pretty rapid succession.
MECO. Stage separation confirmed. MVAC ignition.
And there were those callouts for MECO, stage sep, and SES-1. We should have fairing separation here shortly.
Fairing separation confirmed.
And there's that callout for fairing separation. Now, we will be attempting to recover both fairing halves using our recovery vessel, NRC Quest, today. Both of the fairing halves flying on today's mission are flight proven.
Both vehicles are following nominal trajectories.
Are flight proven, with one half flying for the 6th time and the other flying for its 7th time. Now, on the left side of your screen is the Falcon 9 first stage, and on the right side is the second stage. The Falcon 9 first stage will be making its way back down to Earth, and the right side, the second stage, will be carrying our Starlink satellites into orbit. Now, currently, the first stage is on its way back to Earth towards our drone ship, Of Course I Still Love You. If successful, this will mark our 187th overall landing of an orbital-class rocket. On the right side of your screen, attached to the second stage, you can clearly see that MVAC engine. It'll be continuing its burn for the next several minutes to get our Starlink satellites into orbit. As I mentioned earlier, today's Starlink mission marks SpaceX's 225th mission overall and 26th mission just this year. Now we've got some phenomenal views of our Falcon 9 first stage on the left side of your screen and the second stage on the right. The first stage has reached its apogee and is now on its way back towards Earth, while the second stage continues to speed up as it goes around the Earth. As a reminder, Starlink
Both vehicles continue to follow nominal trajectories.
As a reminder, Starlink is a satellite internet constellation designed and manufactured by SpaceX to provide high-speed, low-latency internet to people living in remote and rural locations around the globe. And coming up in the next 20 seconds or so, we should see that entry burn startup on the first stage, which will be on the left side of your screen.
Stage 1 FTS has safed.
The first stage used to launch our 46 Starlink satellites into space today is flying for its 13th time today, having supported 2 NASA crew missions, CRS-23, Sirius XM-8 XP, 2 transporter missions, Global Star FM-15, Aero C3, and 3 Starlink missions.
Both vehicles continue to follow nominal trajectories.
And while we didn't hear the call out, we did have a successful entry burn on the Falcon 9 first stage. And there's that call out that the first stage is transonic, which means it is traveling near the speed of sound. Up next is going to be the stage
2
1.
FTS is saved.
Is going to be the stage 1 landing burn, which we'll see on the left side of your screen there.
Stage 1 landing burn.
Stage 2 terminal guidance.
And there's confirmation that that stage 1 landing burn has started in preparation for our landing on our drone ship, Of Course I Still Love You, in the Pacific.
Stage 1 landing leg deploy.
And there you saw on your screen, Falcon 9 has successfully landed on our drone
ship. Stage 1 landing confirmed.
On our drone ship, Of Course I Still Love You, in the Pacific Ocean. This marks our 187th overall landing of an orbital-class rocket.
Expected loss of signal, Vandenberg.
Including Falcon 9 and Falcon Heavy missions.
MVAC shut down.
And if you heard those callouts, we also had successful SECO-1. And we're currently awaiting
nominal orbit insertion.
And there's that callout for nominal orbital insertion. So with confirmation of landing and good orbit from our second stage, that wraps up our coverage for today's Starlink launch. So be sure to check our social media for confirmation of Starlink deployment. And if you're looking for some extra entertainment later this afternoon, be sure to tune in for Falcon Heavy's launch of the Viasat-3 Americas mission, set for a 7:29 p.m. Eastern Time launch from Launch Complex 39A at NASA's Kennedy Space Center in Florida. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.